If you always put limits on what you can do, physical or anything else, it'll spread over into the rest of your life. It'll spread into your work, into your morality, into your entire being. In the middle of chaos lies opportunity. To spend time is to pass it in a specified manner. To waste time is to expend it thoughtlessly or carelessly. We all have time to either spend or waste, and it is our decision what to do with it. But once passed, it is gone forever. A quick temper will make a fool of you soon enough. Love is like a friendship caught on fire. In the beginning a flame, very pretty, often hot and fierce, but still only light and flickering. As love grows older, our hearts mature and our love becomes as coals, deep burning and unquenchable. I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times. A fight is not won by one punch or kick. Either learn to endure or hire a bodyguard. Empty your cup so that it may be filled. Become devoid to gain totality. In order to control myself, I must first accept myself by going with and not against my nature. As long as I can remember, I feel I have had this great creative and spiritual force within me that is greater than faith, greater than ambition, greater than confidence, greater than determination, greater than vision. It is all these combined. My brain becomes magnetized with this dominating force which I hold in my hand. Only the self-sufficient stand alone. Most people follow the crowd and imitate. Use only that which works, and take it from any place you can find it. Knowledge will give you power, but character respect. Real living is living for others. I am learning to understand rather than immediately judge or to be judged. I cannot blindly follow the crowd and accept their approach. I will not allow myself to indulge in the usual manipulating game of role creation. Fortunately for me, my self-knowledge has transcended that, and I have come to understand that life is best to be lived and not to be conceptualized. I am happy because I am growing daily, and I am honestly not knowing where the limit lies. To be certain, every day there can be a revelation or a new discovery. I treasure the memory of the past misfortunes. It has added more to my bank of fortitude. Using no way as a way, having no limitation as limitation. Because one does not want to be disturbed, to be made uncertain, he establishes a pattern of conduct, of thought, a pattern of relationship to man, etc. Then he becomes a slave to the pattern and takes the pattern to be the real thing. The knowledge and skills you have achieved are meant to be forgotten so you can float comfortably in emptiness, without obstruction. Defeat is not defeat unless accepted as a reality in your own mind. Do not allow negative thoughts to enter your mind, for they are the weeds that strangle confidence. Life is wide, limitless. There is no border, no frontier. Choose the positive. You have choice. You are master of your attitude. Choose the positive, the constructive. Optimism is a faith that leads to success. Mistakes are always forgivable. if one has the courage to admit them. Flow in the living moment. We are always in a process of becoming, and nothing is fixed. Have no rigid system in you, and you'll be flexible to change with the ever-changing. Open yourself and flow, my friend. Flow in the total openness of the living moment. If nothing within you stays rigid, outward things will disclose themselves. Moving, be like water. Still, be like a mirror. Respond like an echo. To know oneself is to study oneself in action with another person. A good teacher protects his pupils from his own influence. I'm not in this world to live up to your expectations, and you're not in this world to live up to mine. Don't get set into one form. Adapt it and build your own, and let it grow. Be like water. Don't fear failure. Not failure, but low aim is the crime. In great attempts it is glorious even to fail. Do not be tense, just be ready. Not thinking but not dreaming. Not being set but being flexible. It is being wholly and quietly alive, aware and alert, ready for whatever may come. The consciousness of self is the greatest hindrance to the proper execution of all physical action. There are no limits. There are plateaus, but you must not stay there. You must go beyond them. If it kills you, it kills you. A man must constantly exceed his level. Be happy, but never satisfied. Everything you do, if not in a relaxed state, will be done at a lesser level than you are proficient. Thus the tense expert marksman will aim at a level less than his student. In order to taste my cup of water, you must first empty your cup. Life's battles don't always go to the stronger or faster man. But sooner or later the man who wins is the man who thinks he can. Obey the principles without being bound by them. Fear comes from uncertainty. We can eliminate the fear within us when we know ourselves better. Always be yourself. Express yourself. Have faith in yourself. Do not go out and look for a successful personality and duplicate it. There is what is only when there is no comparing, and to live with what is to be peaceful. Man, the living creature, the creating individual, is always more important than any established style or system. Many people dedicate their lives to actualizing a concept of what they should be like, rather than actualizing themselves. This difference between self-actualization and self-image actualization is very important. Most people live only for their image. Life itself is your teacher, and you are in a state of constant learning. If you love life, don't waste time, for time is what life is made up of. Self-knowledge involves relationship. To know oneself is to study oneself in action with another person. Relationship is a process of self-evaluation and self-revelation. Relationship is the mirror in which you discover yourself to be related. Knowing is not enough. We must apply. Willing is not enough. We must do. Defeat is a state of mind. No one is ever defeated until defeat has been accepted as a reality. Reality is apparent when one ceases to compare. What you habitually think largely determines what you will ultimately become. Showing off is the fool's idea of glory. It's not what you give, it's the way you give it. The doubters said, "Man cannot fly." The doers said, "Maybe, but we'll try," and finally soared in the morning glow while non-believers watched from below. Make at least one definite move daily toward your goal. Be like water making its way through cracks. Do not be assertive, but adjust to the object, and you shall find a way around or through it. If nothing within you stays rigid, outward things will disclose themselves. Empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. If you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, and it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now, water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend. If you want to learn to swim, jump into the water. On dry land, no frame of mind is ever going to help you. As you think, so shall you become. The possession of anything begins in the mind. If you spend too much time thinking about a thing, you'll never get it done. Notice that the stiffest tree is most easily cracked, while the bamboo or willow survives by bending with the wind. Adapt what is useful, reject what is useless, and add what is specifically your own. To hell with circumstances. I create opportunities. A wise man can learn more from a foolish question than a fool can learn from a wise answer. The spirit of the individual is determined by his dominating thought habits. If you think a thing is impossible, you'll only make it impossible. The successful warrior is the average man with laser-like focus. For it is easy to criticize and break down the spirit of others, but to know yourself takes a lifetime. If you don't want to slip up tomorrow, speak the truth today. It is not a shame to be knocked down by other people. The important thing is to ask when you're being knocked down, why am I being knocked down? If a person can reflect in this way, then there is hope for this person. Do not pray for an easy life. Pray for the strength to endure a difficult one. The key to immortality is first living a life worth remembering. Preparation for tomorrow is hard work today. The world is full of people who are determined to be somebody or to give trouble. They want to get ahead, to stand out. Such ambition has no use for a kung fu man who rejects all forms of self-assertiveness and competition. The meaning of life is that it is to be lived, and it is not to be traded and conceptualized and squeezed into a pattern of systems. The moment is freedom. I couldn't live by a rigid schedule. I try to live freely from moment to moment, letting things happen and adjusting to them. Those who are unaware they are walking in darkness will never seek the light. When one has reached maturity in the art, one will have a formless form. It is like ice dissolving in water. When one has no form, one can be all forms. When one has no style, he can fit in with any style.